Hi everyone, welcome to our Wednesday encouragement. Hard to believe that this is the last day of August. Fall's going to be here before you know it. I've already seen Halloween stuff in the stores. Not only is it not October yet, it's not even September quite yet, but it's going to be here soon. And there are a lot of things going on. We're going to be launching our new children's classes in September, and we're looking forward to that. And on Sunday, September 11th, we're going to have a fellowship lunch right after the worship service in the Family Life Center. Food's going to be taken care of. We just want you to come and enjoy a meal together with your Christian family. So September 11th, after the worship service, I hope you can be here for that. And there's a lot more coming up this fall. There's a ladies' retreat, our fall festival in October, just to name a couple of things. And we hope that you'll be able to be a part of as much of that as you possibly can. Well, the other day, I saw a tweet that had a link to a video of Thomas Wilson singing. Now, who is Thomas Wilson, you ask? Well, he's the actor who played Biff in the Back to the Future movies. I think he was listed as Thomas C. Wilson in the credits. And in case you're not familiar with the movies or his character, Biff is the guy who starts out as a bully at school and then carries that on into his adult life. And that role has become what he's been known for. Now he's done a lot of other things other than acting in the years since. He's been in movies and TV shows. He's even done stand-up comedy. And in that stand-up act, he talked about how whenever he meets people, he gets the same questions, all of them about Biff and Back to the Future. So he wrote a song where he answers all of those questions in one shot so he can move on and talk about other things. That was a great way to start his stand-up act. The song is really funny, but it made me think about how frustrating it has to be to go through life known for just one thing when you're so much more than that. Wilson was in Back to the Future movies, but he's been in a lot of other things as well. He's also an accomplished painter, podcaster, stand-up comedian, as I mentioned. He plays guitar and even released a contemporary Christian album some time back called In the Name of the Father. He's also been married for more than 35 years and has 4 children. And yet most people just know him as Biff, which is kind of sad. Now, in Wilson's case, he's not known for something bad he did. He's just been playing a role in a couple of movies. But a lot of times people become known for something that they've done in their past, usually something negative, something they'd like to forget, and they can't seem to move past it. Maybe it's run-ins with the law or an addiction that you've overcome. It could be the way you treated people in the past or a sin that had you in its grip at one time, but with God's help doesn't anymore. And you may have overcome and seen tremendous change in your life, but still have to deal with being known as that guy who drank too much, or the woman who was a teenage mom, or the guy who spent time in jail. If there's one thing the Bible makes clear, it's that if we repent and give God control of our life, we can overcome our past. When you think of Moses, you think of a great leader of God's people, not a murderer. When you think of King David, you probably don't forget his adultery, but it doesn't define him. When you think of the Apostle Paul, your first thought is of the man who planted churches all over and wrote a significant chunk of the New Testament, not the guy who once persecuted the church. God can not only help make sure our past doesn't define us, He can turn it around and use it to do things in our life that we never would have imagined, to provide opportunities we couldn't have envisioned before. Some of those who are the most effective at helping people overcome addictions are those who at one time were losing their battle with drugs or alcohol, people whose failures once defined them. Some of the people who are the most effective at helping people overcome sin struggles they have are people who've struggled mightily with those sins in their own life and have seen God work in them to overcome them. And now God has turned what was their biggest weakness into a strength He's using to help other people. And now they're no longer known as the ones who succumbed to their struggles, but the ones who overcame them through the power of God. And that's the promise that we can all take hold of. Have a great rest of the week. I'm going to make like a tree and get out of here.